Heyo people, it's Mr. Andrew Whipple from A Gamer's Guide to Life. We're going to be trying something new today. We're going to kick jump, kick start, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're going to do basically a gameplay preview, a little quick look, a let's play, whatever, on some games coming out. We're going to call them Gamer's Guide to Bastion. And I'm here just to show you a little bit about the game. Now, I have played just a little bit of this. Haven't done too much. I just messed with the controls. I tried the PC stuff. And I'm playing it right now with a controller connected to my PC. I'm finding that that's definitely the way to go. Now, I won't talk through everything so you can hear what some of the narrator says. I will say that this game is pretty sweet. But like I said, I did a little bit of this, so I'm just going to take it from the beginning. Catch up a little bit on the story, just to see if you might like it. I don't know, that is up to you. So let's jump right in. Is that Spanish?
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it point the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced.
Yeah, that guy just called me a ma'am.
Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid just rages for a while. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
With the PC controls, it actually can be a little more accurate with some of the other weapons that you'll get. But I definitely found that sort of the auto-aiming when it comes to a weapon that you just saw, that slinger, or whatever they're calling it,
He sets foot inside
makes it a bit
one
easier.
of Zelandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking dip.
Let me just be clear that I'm not an auto-aim guy at all.
Then Kid finds his trusty
But
shield.
like I said, it's a pain in the ass. Maybe coming up here, I'll switch over to the PC controls so you can see.
The security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield
That's
saves
probably one
his
of my
hide.
favorite things in this game right now. It's like triple damage, something like that, if you can reflect their attacks.
Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork.
Through the PC controls, you see how my guy automatically switches from target to target. That wouldn't happen if I was playing with the PC controls. Also, you might not see it, but right underneath each monster, there's a little health gauge.
Bastion out the window.
Kind of hard to see. I'll try and point it out on the next guy.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
Clever. this was right about where I got to. Got a little bit further than this. I definitely prefer this bow as opposed to the repeater I had. And this is where the PC controls can be a little more accurate.
Target practice. He knows he should draw the string.
How do you get more accurate than auto aim, right?
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Oh yeah, check this out. This is actually pretty funny. I love this narrator.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
So it looks like those black tonics are how you can do special moves like that whirlwind, like this.
He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
I think I'd rather have my weapon assigned to X.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Yeah, so it looks like this distillery, as you level up, you'll unlock more slots and more stouts, or whatever they're called, spirits, sorry. And they'll give you passive upgrades. That seems like it'd be pretty handy.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
Alright. Time to get serious.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Robs a scumbag of his last meal.
Oh yeah, so do you see right underneath that monster? It's this health bar.
Kid puts him out of his misery. He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. Somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway is in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Shoot.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build.
Well, I don't have a lot of weapons yet, so I may as well just get this.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Seems like it'd be handy if I'm defending a bunch.
Cinder brick stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock.
Alright. So now, we really are into everything that I have not seen
now
yet.
The kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Let's check out the proving grounds. Why the hell not?
The Breaker Barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here.
Sounds like it's good for us.
The Breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots.
Huh.
He's focused. He's armed. And he's off.
I was doing a power shot before. I have to do that with these things. There it is.
Perfect shot just happens in a flash. Puts on the right solid performance.
Wait a minute. 5 shots or fewer? What a pain in the ass. Upgrade materials. Alright, alright. I'm liking the way this is going. Let's see if we can do it again. Right.
Kid ain't had enough of the Breaker's barracks.
I'll try it this time, and if I can't get it, I'll switch over to the PC controls so I can maybe show you a little difference.
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too. He's feeling
I
real
can't believe
proud of
I
that
did that.
show.
Alright, so let's switch the controls over to PC. Alright. Whoop. Alright, so this is the biggest difference. You actually have your mouse to aim and shoot your bows. So maybe now you can see, as far as accuracy is concerned, this can be a lot easier. So let's give us another chance. The big problem that I have with it is that when it comes to rolling and controlling, it's not as accurate as I'd like it to be, which is why I play with the controller right now. Granted, I haven't played too much of the game, as you know. Shooting the bow, it's such a huge difference. See, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that with the controller. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Alright, so I'll just continue playing for a little bit with the PC controls.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge.
Call detected.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets, but which one?
Alright, so the right mouse button is to use the hammer. Left, of course, is my bow. Spacebar. On the rest, we'll figure it out.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing.
I guess there's no achievement for that.
Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his. With a good length of meat-gut, that bow's like new again.
Oh, so that's pretty cool. After you upgrade, looks like you can switch on a whim, whatever one you'd like. We'll make it faster for now. So it looks like that is what those teardrops or crystals are for.
Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
hopefully you can see as I'm rolling here, I don't have the control that I do. I think that's what I like on the controller a little bit better. But then again, there is another control scheme. Why don't we check that out? You can remap everything, of course. I'm just using the standard ones. I'm not liking the way that this looks. Hey, we're just testing some stuff out, right? So, why the hell not? Yeah. So I can move now, holding the left mouse button in. Alright, we're gonna switch back.
Keeps telling himself he better watch his step.
What you guys are making me do?
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. Know why gas fellas all dress alike?
I don't know what the defend button
Kids
is.
wondering the same thing. There it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd. And now there's a new marshal in town.
That's right.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving.
Hey, see, I'm curious. I'm very, very curious because, like the narrator just said, you can go ahead and check all the other side streets, but he probably wouldn't have said the same thing if I guessed all the other places before that.
He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
Let's take a look here. I just want to see what my special option is. Secret skill Q. I got the hidden technique from that Proving Grounds place. Hey.
Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Oh, nice. You can do a power shot with this bad boy. Aha! This game really reminds me of Secret of Mana. If you ever played that game back on the Super Nintendo, it was a Square Enix special. Loved it.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed.
Doesn't look like it goes through like the breaker bow, though.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch.
Let my pet do some work.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley.
Whoa.
Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The Calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. They always said old Gershel wouldn't go without a fight.
Besides the art style, I love how the game plays. It's very fluid. I have no problems with the controls at all. But to each his own as far as that's concerned. The PC controls work just fine, but I think I definitely prefer the controller approach.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The windbags used to be alright, then the Calamity took the floor out from under him. Ain't always much to say. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
I wanna switch to a different weapon
The
set.
Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
It really makes me wonder what we're gonna be getting later. Alright, so this is the new thing.
Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand. Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
It also appears that the game auto saves. Looks like it's quite a big world too. Let's take a look at the melting pot.
The melting pot. Place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea. In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the Calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
I wonder if the monsters will get hurt by this stuff. Find out.
Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. No breaking a cage like that, but the kid tries anyway. He throws a switch. Gotta find a way to spring it open. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in.
Whoa. So I guess I just picked up some kind of bomb.
Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it pop that mean old foreman.
And once again,
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes. Maybe 30.
something that really makes me wonder. It'll add to the replayability too, going different routes. Oh.
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. Troublesome scene, to be sure.
Oh, come on, I can't grab it?
A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. You give or take a few seconds.
Love it.
Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Why don't we look around first? Alright, never mind. Hey, hey.
I still remember the look on his face after that one. finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelondia. It was good living here for a while.
Guess I'm still not level 3. The music in this game is phenomenal. I'm liking that trip mine, although I still haven't seen this yet. Let's give it a whirl.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
That's kind of cool. That might make me test a little more things out with that Fang repeater. If I can get even more ammo for it. Big problem with me as far as that's concerned is I can't move around. Alright, so let's go through one more section. I'm actually going to switch back to my control scheme of choice. And we'll see how much better or worse I am. How can we not?
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
How could we not?
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
Defeat all foes quickly.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Slippery little devils. Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
Reset this.
Always time for juicing.
I didn't go for those spawners. The corn bins. I don't have a shield either.
At least the little fellas can't feel a thing.
See, this is where the PC controls actually might come in handy.
Some squirts tried to flee on instinct. best to put them away first, before they rile up the others.
Can't imagine this is the way to do it. The way I did it before is probably right. I didn't realize that all the green ones just run away the whole damn time. I'd rather deal with those blue ones. Oh. Okay. So there you have it. Throw the machete, destroy the things.
Kid cuts all of them down soon enough.
Shall I do it one more time? Let's try my strategy.
The ranch was always looking for good help.
I'm a sucker for things like this. Oh no! Come on, where the balls are you, squirt? Under 90 seconds. I suck. I'm sorry, I gotta do it again.
There's always more squirts to go around.
I just gotta sit there and wail away. Started off poorly.
Kid makes short work of them things.
Yeah. Oh, not just barely missed. Alright, well, for the purposes of this, I'll go to the next area, and then we'll call it.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
That's something.
Can't be too careful these days.
Alright, so let's check it out.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. Floor starts giving way under the light. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for him, though. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up.
I don't think I like that one as much.
See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together.
Little XP.
One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. But calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path.
Hand grenade?
He's wise to toss those things plenty far away.
Nice. Like it.
Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So we didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
You gotta appreciate the variety. Alright, so let's see if we can go back to certain levels. But as far as new content goes, I think I've shown you enough. Probably too much. It doesn't look like it, so you'd actually have to play through the game again.
The Sundown Path. Lovely place for a stroll. Before the calamity, that is.
Pretty impressive. The narrator doesn't even say the same thing again. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this extended preview of some of the Bastion gameplay. It's a great game. It's $15 on Steam right now. You can bet it'll go on sale during some type of Steam sale coming up here, especially their huge holiday one. But these guys at Supergiant Games definitely deserve that money. And if you love old school games like Secret of Mana, you gotta pick this thing up. Thanks again for watching.